you the following motion picture, which has been rated R by the Motion Picture Association of America. Recommended for those over 17.
High-speed quick finder runs at 9 times normal speed. Pause and still button plus frame-by-frame operation. 14-day timer. Cordless remote control, which can also change channels on your color TV set. Warning buzzer prevents operating errors. The VS5 is ready when you are. The revolutionary VS5 lets Akai do the thinking. Look for it at your Akai retailer today. You simply can't miss.
Garbage Pail Flix, Garbage Pail Flix, Garbage Pail Flix, Garbage Pail Flix, Garbage Pail Flix. Hey, it's time for Garbage Pail Flix, Garbage Pail Flix. Welcome one, welcome all to another episode of Garbage Pail Flix. Once again, I'm Shuck Balzac, bringing on the Throwback Thursday all day, every day. Well, quarantine, right? Alright. Not much new for us down here in the bunker, transmitting to you all. But that does not mean we will stop, because today we're taking a journey back to my favorite year, once again, in 1986, with all those classic horror, sci-fi comedy weirdness that is TerrorVision. If you've already seen TerrorVision, you know what you're in for. If not, sit back, spray some Lysol, eat some ramen, because here we go, kids. Episode 5. Make sure you got TP. Episode 5 coming.
And that's all I have to say. Time's up. What?
Kittyland Amusement Park at the corner of North and 1st Avenue, Melrose Park, Illinois.
How'd they do it? Where'd it go?
I don't miss it.
It's good, you know.
RT's 100%. You wonder where caffeine went.
RC 100's for me. Great cola, taste caffeine free.
For great taste, now there's 2. RC 100's for you.
Regular and sugar free.
RC 100. RC 100. RT's 100%. You wonder where caffeine went.
RC 100 regular and sugar free.
Hey, hey, hey! It's CJ in the Groove! On WFUX. The X is for Extreme Radio! Bring you the hottest of hot jams that will melt your ears off your head! Waka Waka, join us Monday through Saturday, because Sundays are off limit.
Off limits.
Woo! 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. only.
WFUX.
On WFUX. CJ in the Groove. This week, with a trip to Wisconsin, all expenses paid, from Midway Airport to the legendary Cheese Castle. Just listen from 5 to 5 for your chance to win. The Cheese Castle. From your pals at WFUX.
Palmer Video presents Scoop Palmer, ace reporter.
Friend of yours, Knuckles? That's my brother. And has he got a scoop for you, Scoop? Been to Palmer Video, right? Hey, how'd you know? Simple, knucklehead. Everybody knows Palmer Video. You always get what you want when you want it. By the way, I think your brother needs a shave.
Die Hard 1998. Now available at 160 Palmer Video locations.
For
all your printing needs, all your media, littlemonstersprinting.com. This segment is called The Junk Pile.
It's prank week at Glazier College. And the frat boys are out for blood.
You won't get away with those foolish pranks this year.
But what these party animals don't realize...
I now command you to appear.
...is they've got 3 new pledges from hell.
Let's take a tour around, schmucks. Yeah. Wait.
Now, the ghoulies are about to learn what higher education is all about. Brewskis.
I'll just take one.
Babes.
Uh-oh. So, what's your major?
And partying hardy.
They drink our brews.
This is war.
Look, there's been a murder on campus.
Sorry, operator. Prank week.
They may flunk out on manners, but they get an A in mayhem. Ghoulies 3. Ghoulies go to college. They put the animal back in the house.
Ghoulies 3, 1990. Ghoulies go to college. Yeah, I definitely seen this on Svengoolie back in the day, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. The Ghoulies are in college. Yes, sir, they graduated high school, and somehow they're the big ghouls on campus now. You know, panty raids, beer, and eating humans. Evil little fuckers fresh out of the toilet. In their 3rd installment of the Ghoulies, because 1 and 2 just isn't enough. I think they went up to about number 4 in the Ghoulies movies. I might be mistaken, though. I'm not positive on that. Who destroyed the professor's desk? Who bombed the campus police van? Who raided the sorority house? Who else? The Ghoulies. Those wisecracking demons are back in their 3rd outrageous misadventure, this time in a head-on crash course through the halls of higher learning. The college pranking championship is up for grabs. Each fraternity is trying to pull the most spectacular stunt, but now they're about to get some real competition. Nutty Professor Ragnar, Kevin McCarthy, has the Ghoulies under a spell that he thinks will help him stop the dangerous pranks once and for all. So the Ghoulies are enrolled, and they're ready to give the fraternities a bitter taste of their own medicine. Now college really is an animal house. Watch the fun as the Ghoulies have a great time bringing down higher education. From Vestron Video. Everybody's favorite troublemakers are on the loose again. Yes, sir, Vestron Video. I have this VHS tape signed by none other than Kane Hodder. Yes, Jason Voorhees, Kane Hodder, horror master. Signed my copy of Ghoulies 3 because he is in the beginning, a cameo. He's walking outside as a janitor is mopping the stairs on the outside of the campus, it looks like. And Kane Hodder is walking out and he falls onto a bucket with wheels, and the bucket sends him launching across the campus. It's a very awkward scene. Kane Hodder signed my VHS as janitor Even though he wasn't the janitor, maybe he was screaming like, "Ah, janitor!" I don't know. Not really sure what that means, but yeah. Kane Hodder is in Ghoulies 3. Little fun fact there. Nope. My favorite mischief makers are the Gremlins from the movie Gremlins. And moving right along to the next tape. Got some older tapes for the junk pile. I got this here Ghost Story from 1981. This was based on a novel by Peter Straub. Genuinely a scary movie. The actors are creepy as fuck, and the atmosphere is creepy as fuck. And stars the grandfather from Silver Spoons, Sir John Houseman, aka Granddad Stratton. Pretty funny to see Sir John Houseman getting scared shitless in the middle of the ghost house. Shitting in his depends. Oh my. Oh. Uh-oh. Put together a gloomy New England home, a dark night and 4 of America's legendary leading men, and you have all the ingredients for a classic ghost story. They said the title. The spine-tingling motion picture stars Fred Astaire, Melvin Douglas, Douglas Fairbanks Jr., and John Houseman as the members of the Chowder Society, a group of hale and hearty fellows who get together each week to share incredible tales of horror. So they got a little monster club going. However, real fear and terror begin to stalk the foursome when they discover that one of their most frightening stories is actually becoming real to life due to a horrible secret they all share. One by one, the members of the Chowder Society begin to die mysteriously, and the past begins to reveal itself in a manner far more deadly and chilling than any ghost story ever spun by the group. And last but not least, we have the 1975 classic favorite, Trilogy of Terror. It's 3 stories. First one is about a dude who goes to college and really wants to fuck a professor, only to find out that the bitch is crazy and evil. The second story is about 2 twin sisters, and it features none other than George Gaines, Punky's dad, Bo Punky. 80s icon if I've ever seen one. The man played Commandant Lassard in 5 of the Police Academy flicks, and was Henry Watermont, like I said, Punky Brewster's dad on TV's Punky Brewster, playing her adopted daddy. Oh, Punky, you have a dog named Brandon. But this starred Karen Black, the legendary horror icon, Miss Karen Black, in the most memorable of the 3 stories about the Zini doll, the Tiki doll, that chases her through the house, and she buys it and it tries to kill her. Director Dan Curtis presents this 1975 collection of horror based on one woman playing 4 roles, 3 bizarre stories. Karen Black's performances in Trilogy are considered legendary today. Video Movie Guide gave this 3 stars. First tale is called Julie. Julie Eldridge, Karen Black, is an English teacher who is being blackmailed by one of her students, Chad, with whom she had an affair. After ending the relationship, Chad finds himself igniting a situation that he may not be able to end ever. Second story is called Millicent and Therese. Millicent and Therese are sisters, where Karen Black plays both roles, are sisters. After Millicent reveals Therese's provocative past to her new boyfriend and drives him away, she begins to fear for her life. To protect herself, Millicent takes matters into her own hands, and the two sisters end up tangled in a spell of witchcraft with deadly consequences. And finally, Amelia. Amelia, Karen Black again, a 32-year-old woman who is dominated by her mother, has purchased her new boyfriend a Zuni hunter doll described in a scroll as he who kills. According to the legend, if the chain around his waist is ever removed, an evil spirit will be unrestrained. When Amelia gets the doll home, she accidentally loosens the chain after a fight with her mother and unleashes a raging beast with only one intention: to kill. That is the Zuni doll. Infamous Zuni doll. One of the most kick-ass anthology movies ever to exist. There's also a sequel that was made in 1990-something, 92, 95. If you have never seen Trilogy of Terror, shame on you. You should watch it now, and you are a fan of horror anthologies. I have a free sticker for whoever can tell me who voiced the Zuni doll, the tiki doll, the little doll from Trilogy of Terror. Free sticker for whoever could tell me that. You can either hit me up on Instagram, Facebook. And that's going to be the junk pile for today.
This is On TV, subscription television, Chicago.
Zone. Be sure to meet Widget and Mr. Bogus live in person this weekend at Kittyland.
Once upon a time when the world was filled with wonder, little creatures shared the earth with humans, and magic was a way of life. Once upon a time is now. Empire Pictures presents Troll, the weirdest, the rowdiest, the most mischievous, and the scariest little creature of them all.
I think that what he's doing is going from apartment to apartment and transforming sections of this building into different fairy worlds.
What the hell are you?
The transformation is going to begin on the Witch's Sabbath, the very same day that the Potters move into their new apartment.
I've never seen so many guys take so long to move so little furniture.
It's all your records, honey. You gotta get rid of some of these records.
Sometimes I wonder what I'm gonna do. Lord, there ain't no cure for the summertime blues.
What the Potters don't know is that they've just moved into the building that is the enchanted gateway to the ancient world of Troll.
Shut that damn door!
Wendy! Didn't you hear Mommy calling you, honey? No, Mommy.
Daddy! It's Daddy!
Harry Jr. is about to be drawn into a world beyond his wildest fantasy, and he'll need a little magic of his own to get out of it alive. Harry Potter Jr. expected to have a little trouble getting adjusted in his new neighborhood. But he never expected anything like this. Troll, where myths and legends come to life.
I'm Donald O'Connor, and I'd like to talk to you about entertainment, the very special entertainment that comes to you on cable television. Nearly 800,000 families in the Chicago area already have cable. And now, if you're lucky enough to live here on the northwest or west side of the city, north of the Stevenson and west of the river and Ashland Avenue, you can have cable too. Call Group W now so you can start enjoying premiere movies, fresh from the theater, with your favorite stars, right in your home. Along with the great screen classics. Oh, there's a good one. Cable gives you exclusive play-by-play sports coverage, 7 days a week, special live performances, all-time comedy favorites, and shows that you'll love to share with your children. You'll get ghost-free reception and dozens of all-new channels for as little as $13.95 a month. And there's a special free offer. If you call Group W now at 794-2300. Operators are standing by. So if you live in this part of Chicago, call 794-2300 for cable. That's entertainment.
Hey, baby.
Mysterious, inexplicable, and incredible events often take place in the most ordinary places. Usually these seemingly unexplainable occurrences are eventually explained, but every so often they remain mysteriously incredible. Monster in the closet.
We ain't talking about no snake here.
President declares national emergency.
Yes, it was something so hideous, so gruesome, so frightful, that it could only dwell in one place.
I know every one of your hiding places.
Among the slippers and pajamas in the grisly depths of your closet. The entire United States Marine Corps could not stop it.
Let's send this bastard back where he came from!
The most sophisticated armored weaponry and firepower could not stop it. Fantastic cinematic special effects could not stop it. The most highly developed nuclear flower pots could not stop it. Even the most incredible array of international superstars, Henry Gibson, Stella Stevens, Donald Moffat, John Carradine, Howard Duff, Claude Akins, Paul Dooley, Jesse White, Frank Ashmore, Donald Grant, Denise DeBerry could not stop it. It's gripping. It's shocking. It's horrifying. It's incredible. It's Monster in the Closet.
We must act immediately. Destroy all closets.
Dr. Pennyworth, could you understand what it said?
No.
Was it a deranged killer? Or was it just looking for a date? Monster in the Closet. It's coming out.
Oh, I just made a giant masterpiece for us.
What do I think of Santa's Village? It's nice for kids.
Ah, I love it.
It's okay.
It's for babies.
Have you been being a good boy?
Better than ever.
We all enjoyed it.
Can we go again next week? It's fun. Babies.
Santa's Village in Dundee brings out the kid in everyone.
And I found this in the trash. If you don't want it, I can always just keep it. It's not trash to me. Taxi's triple terror sets, DVD sets, 3 trauma movies in one set. And there is 7 volumes, so that is 21 DVDs in all, including all of the 80s and 90s gems that you love from Trauma Entertainment. Released from 2003 to about circa 2005 is when number 7 came out. Just like most of you out there listening, I love Traumaville. Lloyd Kaufman has built and suckled and nourished this monster that is Trauma Entertainment for 40 years or more. It does not look like he's slowing down anytime soon. So you follow Lloyd Kaufman on social media and anywhere else you can find him. Go up to him at a convention, shake his hand. You'll see what I'm talking about. Trauma forever. So this set includes, number 1, includes the movies Demented Death Farm Massacre, Deadly Daphne's Revenge, Curse of the Cannibal Confederates. That was the best one, I think, out of all of them. At least the title. I mean, come on. Set number 2, Beyond Evil, an Alien movie. Chillers, which was an Evil Clutch. Set number 3, the classic Croaked, about killer frogs. Horror of the Hungry, Humongous Hungen. I'll say that again. Horror of the Hungry, Humongous Hungen. Yeah. Video Demons do Psychotown. Number 4. Set number 4. Toxie's Triple Terror Sets. Stuff Stephanie in the Incinerator. That title alone is awesome. I had that on VHS, actually.
Every once in a while, one sees a movie with such good taste, exquisite cinematic virtues, that one is reminded of the better works of Truffaut, Hitchcock, De Palma. Now there is Stuff Stephanie in the Incinerator, when beautiful sensuality and love become violated and degraded.
There must be some kind of a law against sexual deviance.
There's only one thing left to do. Stuff Stephanie in the Incinerator. Meet the lascivious leisure class. Meet Jared, Robert, and the delightful Stephanie.
Bastard!
When their lunatic games end in violence, torture, and murder, there's only one thing left to do.
I'll kill you myself.
Stuff Stephanie in the Incinerator. Scorching romance. Sizzling satire. Penetrating violence. A movie lover's movie with more twists.
Listen, lady, I want out, and I mean now!
More cunning.
You can't just shoot us down in cold blood!
More suspense.
I'll give you the same chance I'd give a wild animal.
Than the combined works of Agatha Christie and Sherlock Holmes.
Stimulating in the extreme.
When madness sets in and the screen becomes littered with corpses, there's only one thing left to do. Stuff Stephanie in the Incinerator. The burning new movie from Troma.
Scream Baby Scream. Fertilize the Blaspheming Bombshell. That's another good title. Set number 5. Nightmare Weekend. Great movie. Nightfall. Dark Side of Midnight. And just to be clear, when I say good movie, or that one is good, I mean in terms of a bad movie being good, if you didn't already understand that. You shouldn't be listening to this show if you didn't get that. Number 6. Dead Dudes in the House. I've never seen that, but it sounds great. Space Zombie Bingo, and finally The Newly Deads. And last but not least, number 7, the 7th set in Toxie's Triple Terror Sets, Play Dead, Death by Dialogue, and Mambi's Epicata. Some cheesy, some underground, cult-type shit. All entertaining. I love Tromaville. This set is a must-own for any Troma fan or collector. Hits and misses, but all just indie horror cult movie greatness.
Trauma.
Just to laugh and play, to swing and sway, to sing.
Or clap your hands.
It's the fun that brings you back to Kittyland.
Movies are 2 for just 99 cents every Tuesday at participating video update stores, including new releases. Yes, 2 for just 99 cents, including new releases. Rent 2 movies or new releases for less than 50 cents each. Hurry in, it's 2 for 99 cents.
The Pioneer combination CD Laserdisc player with a 60% sharper picture than most VCRs.
Venture into the TapeYard. The VHS TapeYard.
Intellectual decay! Turn it off and watch your brain cells!
The Puttermans are just a typical American family. The only thing they're missing is a pet. But have we got a surprise for them? You see, Stanley Putterman's new satellite TV has just gone on the blink. And it's drawn in a creature from outer space. Like all new pets, this one's causing a little trouble around the house. And he's eating the Puttermans out of house and home. Now, it's up to the kids to break the creature of its bad habits.
I said shut up!
But he's not responding well to discipline. The Puttermans finally got themselves a pet, but they never even had a chance to give it a name. TerrorVision from Empire Pictures.
People of Earth.
People of Earth, please heed my warning. A terrible accident has occurred. I am Pluton, sanitation captain of the planet Pluton. A stray energy beam containing garbage from my substation may be headed for your solar system and could possibly result in the total annihilation of your species. I'm so terribly sorry for the inconvenience.
TerrorVision 1986. Produced by Charles Band. Yes, Charles Band, the famous creator, director of Full Moon Entertainment, Full Moon Pictures. The legendary Charles Band gave us such favorites as Killjoy, Puppet Masters 1 through 9, 10.
Holy tomato. Ah! Brain shot! Belly down, soldier, the geeks aren't through with you yet! Bam! 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 Hey!
Directed by Ted Nicolau, who also directed The Dungeon Master 1984, and coincidentally a lot of Full Moon Pictures, which is probably why Charles Band is on this movie as well. Ted Nicolau directed Subspecies, Puppet Master vs. Demonic Toys, Dr. Bones, Ragdoll, many other Full Moon favorites.
Holy tomato!
If I'm not mistaken, the first time I saw this movie was on Svengoolie, but I could be wrong. Your planet is about to be destroyed. We're terribly sorry for any inconvenience. Garrett Graham, National Lampoon's Class Reunion, stars in this wacky science fiction horror about a high-tech television satellite that tunes in real-life horror. Television will never be the same for the Putterman family. Stanley Putterman, Graham, installs a state-of-the-art satellite dish in his backyard. Through a cosmic accident, a wayward monster's energy is beamed across the galaxies into the satellite and onto the Putterman's television set. The Puttermans don't notice any changes, only better reception and a strange monster continually appearing on the screen. But when the monster leaps off the screen and into the Puttermans' living room, terror erupts. The monster needs to feed on humans for its survival. Don't touch that dial. TerrorVision has begun. Yep, TerrorVision is fun, cool, crazy. Takes a lot of crazy twists and turns, and halfway through it turns again, and then it keeps on turning, and then it stops, and yep, one of those flips.
Jesus! What the hell was that?
TerrorVision starts off with a wicked shot of like some planet, and this two aliens. Well, one alien's in a like a contained unit, and the other one is manning the ship. On the screen, it reads, "Planet Pluton, Sanitation Department, Mutant Creature Disposal Unit." And we see a gnarly-looking creature contained in this ship with this other alien. And from that goes right into the theme song. Awesome theme song, very catchy. And fun fact, there's a band named TerrorVision. This band named their band TerrorVision after the movie. Starts off with a setting of like an 80s house, total 80s house, huge freaking house. But we join the Putterman family, Stanley the father, aerobics instructor mother, daughter, punk rocker daughter, played by Diane Franklin, who is also the foreign exchange student from Better Off Dead, and one of the princesses from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. The kid, or the boy, of the family is a kid from 80s TV everything, Chad Allen. I mean, that kid was in everything on TV in the 80s, for like a 10-year span. This was his first role. I mean, this kid, Chad Allen, did everything from Wonder Years to Dr. Quinn Medicine fucking woman. The whole family's in the house, and Dad is outside setting up the satellite dish, which is, you see a truck that says Norton's Satellite. I guess this is who sold Dad the dish. Norton sold the satellites. And Father's messing with it, trying to install it. All of a sudden, right in front of them, a lightning or a light from the sky falls and like hits and zaps, and everyone freaks out. It's like,
Jesus! What the hell?
But then they're all fine the next moment, and they go inside to test out the satellite and see what channels they got on this satellite dish. So they're flipping through, and of course they stop on porn. A sex joke in the 80s movies, like peanut butter and jelly.
Will you look at those hooters? Holy
They show that same orgy shot from the beginning of the movie throughout the movie a few more times, I believe.
Channel 69.
Stanley, it's crunchy.
They just flash this orgy porn on the screen because that's what the satellite signal picked up. They're flipping through the channels, and laser starts shooting out of the TV. So it already hit the satellite dish. Now the laser is shooting out of the TV. And at this point, they're just like, well, we're going to go about our day, and Mom and Dad are going to go out, live with an army-crazed military grandfather, who him and the kid run around and with like actual guns and explosives and grenades. And they run around protecting the house even before the alien is there.
Captured your radar, too.
Hell of an assault, soldier. Damn fine show of fire.
Grandpa's theory of how horror movies are educational teachings of survival is
I've
great.
said it before and I'll say it again. War stories and monster movies are educational. They're survival-oriented. They always neutralize the enemy in the end.
And then they tune in and they show a horror hostess by the name of Medusa that is just apparently going to be on, and the grandfather and kid are going to watch it because Mom and Dad are going out, and grandfather and Sherman is the kid's name. Sherman are going to stay home and watch Medusa, the horror hostess, which is kind of like Elvira, or like a Svengoolie, Ghoulardi, or the Ghoul if you're in Ohio. And now the sister's going out too with her boyfriend, the gnarly, crude Uncle Rico, Monster Squad's Wolfman, John Grease. Probably his first role as the totally in-your-face OD. They never say what OD stands for either.
Oh, he's the coolest boy in school. He's a musical genius.
Oh, Sonic Ballad!
So they fall asleep watching the horror movie, and they wake up, and there's a crazy looking eye just like in their face. So they freak out and run around the house screaming. Grandpa's grabbing his guns in his little bunker that he has in this house. This house is like huge. There's like a 15-person jacuzzi, which is more like a pool jacuzzi in this place. So they got satellite, they got like a 15-person jacuzzi. This place is decked out. 1986 style.
The jacuzzi!
A giant jacuzzi.
The jacuzzi! The jacuzzi!
Jacuzzi is only one of the catchphrases I feel like in this movie. There's so many great ones. Holy tomatoes.
Holy tomato!
When Grandpa screams, "Look at those Hooters!"
Holy tomato!
And there's a lot of references to Heineken. Maybe Heineken had a sponsorship in this in '86, but there's always a joke about
Mr. P, mind
Heinies.
if I grab another Heine? Look, Norton, if you're gonna hang out and guzzle my Heinies, the least you could do is give me a hand here. Sorry, Mr.
Heine for the road. So many creeptastic, creepy close-ups in this movie of the alien and just all these, the kill scenes are all up close. It's almost cartoonish in the style alone, but it just makes it fun and just adds to the style of the movie. So Grandpa is the first one to get killed, of course, and the kid just stands there and watches him get eaten. Except when the alien eats people, it's like a body snatcher type of effect. So Grandpa's still alive, but he's like an alien. He's all like full of like slime and acts weird, and it's kind of cool. So Sherman, the kid, has to fight off Grandpa, or now he's fighting Grandpa as an alien. I just want to point out how great it is, how the puppet suit, when the alien devours things like people, it looks like as if there's a vacuum inside of the puppet suit to simulate the mutant eating and sucking up like food and stuff. Classic shit. So Mom and Dad finally come home. Sherman's hysterical, telling them that Grandpa's dead, that the alien ate him, came through the satellites. Mom and Dad don't believe him. We find out Mom and Dad are swingers, and they brought home a couple. So there's 4 of them now. They brought home a couple.
Yeah, you got it, Sparrow. Intergalactic swingers.
Mom is trying to get rid of Sherman, saying he's just battling nonsense, so they can get on with the couple, because they're swingers. What baffles me is that there's so many explosives and guns in this house, because Grandpa had them in his bunker, yet they can't kill this thing, and it's just eating everybody one by one, and snatching up their bodies. And this transmission keeps breaking into Medusa's show, and it's the alien from the ship where we saw at the beginning. So they get a transmission from the planet warning them to destroy their dishes immediately, but they write it off as a TV sci-fi movie. Since the kid is trying to tell his parents, and he watched Grandpa get killed and eaten, and the sister and the boyfriend don't believe him, that there's an alien in the house. So he tries to call Medusa, the horror host, and tell her in an attempt for someone to believe him. And Medusa, the horror host, doesn't believe him either. But they lure her to the house later to help.
Meanwhile, back to attack the something or other.
And all Mom and Dad want to do is take a swim in the jacuzzi with that other couple.
Due to the jacuzzi!
Alas, the blonde gets eaten in the jacuzzi, body snatched, and then followed by her mate gets body snatched, and then Mom and Dad get body snatched. So they're all of them are dead, body snatched. Yeah. So it's up to Sherman the brother, Sister Susie, and gnarly punk John Grease, Uncle Rico, to get rid of this alien. The weird turn is when punk rock Uncle Rico and Susie get home, it turns into like, oh, it's E.T., we found him, let's teach him to talk and let's feed him stuff and let's play with him like a dog. And at one point, it's even barking like a dog, so I think it's supposed to be an alien dog that just eats everything.
Oh, this is too rude! Hey, you guys remember that movie? You know, the one about the little space guy. Made you cry like a butthole?
Since I really dig this flick, I'm not going to spoil the ending. A lot of key scenes, funny parts, but the ending is such a weird ending. You just gotta see it. If you haven't seen TerrorVision already. Do it while you have the time. You won't regret this wacky ride of a horror film. That's it for this episode of the TapeYard.
Tomorrow night at 8 on Channel 32. Welcome to Night Owl, your late-night news and information program from Keyfax.
The free turtle sticker inside, that's me! New from Boston, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles mine! Fresh from the sewers to you!
Here goes.
1, 2, 3, have a nice trip!
Gotcha. Oh, just a dream. What? That clown's in my fruit snacks.
Now, Biggie the Clown Fruit Bits and Mark Box of Garfield Fruit Snacks. Great tasting.
And good looking!
Now here's a toxic.
Let's take a little list of infamous 1986 horror movies. Our first episode we reviewed April Fool's Day, which was also 1986.
1986.
Maximum Overdrive. Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives. Deadly Friend, Wes Craven. Henry. Shopping Mall. Monster in the Closet. The Original Critters. Aliens. 1986 spawned an explosion of the cheesiest of horror movies. Classic. Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2. Poltergeist 2, Slaughter High, Witchboard, Troll 1, the first Troll,
1986.
Neon Maniacs, Truth or Dare, Zombie Nightmare, Breeders, The Hitcher, The Wraith, Little Shop of Horrors, Nightmare Weekend,
1980.
Psycho 3, Invaders from Mars, Demons 2, Dead Time Stories, Rawhead Rex, Class of Nukem High, Trauma, and TerrorVision. Well, it's about time to wrap it up. I want to thank each and every one of you out there listening. In this crazy-ass time, stay safe, tune in or tune out, keep tuning in to Garbage Pail Flix podcast. Thank you for listening. Next month or week or whenever you're listening to this, will mark 1 year. Yes, Garbage Pail Flix has been on 1 year, or will be on 1 year on April 1st. Was our debut episode, April 1st, 2019. So the next episode will be a little bit special, a little bit different, but sure to be fun and trashy. Thanks for listening. Hit me up on Instagram, Werewolf of Berlin, YouTube, Garbage Pail Flix, Flix, Podbean.com, SoundCloud.com, and I have a few episodes up on Spotify. I might add some more soon. So find me out there. Garbage Pail Flix. End transmission.
Entertainment. Night Owl blasts off at 12 midnight every night on Channel 32, WFLD Chicago.
Said he used to go to Kitty Land when he was a kid. I said, what'd you do there? He said, everything the kid did. Hey son, won't you come along to the neatest kid's place? You know we can't go wrong. So we rode off to Kitty Land, you know he was right. We played all day and well into the night. I said, I had so much fun, Dad, let's do it again. Cause every kind of kid loves Kitty Land.
Grandpa, we had so much fun.
Yes, Bobby, we know.
Celebrating 60 years of family fun at Kitty Land.
Big news about the World Wrestling Federation. Now you can get a front row seat to the greatest WWF matches with the hot new video series, the WWF Collector's Edition. Yours for just $4.95. Now, just $4.95 brings your first video, The Best of WrestleMania, 60 minutes of non-stop action featuring the Macho Man, Randy Savage, squaring off against Ted DiBiase, Jake the Snake and his secret weapon versus Andre the Giant. Plus more, all for just $4.95. This action-packed video series brings you the biggest superstars in the WWF at their body-slamming best. You'll see the Immortal Hulk Hogan, the Legion of Doom, the Undertaker, the $1 Million Man, and others. Don't wait. Get in on the action with your first video for just $4.95. Call now. To get your first $4.95 WWF Collector's Edition video, call now. Not available in stores, credit card orders only. Call now.